Hey, here we go. What's happening, everybody? It's Wednesday. It's time for a track feedback on July 6th, and we got some fun new music and some new people in the group. So welcome, everybody. Come on in. Let me close that little window. All right, so we're coming in with... It's Wednesday. It's time for a track feedback on July 6th. All right, I got a YouTube window open somewhere. And some new people in the group. So hold on. Everybody, come on in. I got two windows open. Close that one. And my monitor. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't realize I had those tabs open. Your order at a glance, I finally ordered a freaking new computer. I've been using the MacBook Pro like a 2013, mid 2013, replacing hard drives and RAM and mouse pads, and it is time. So it's a little frustrating when you have a computer crash and you lose a week's work and you have to reschedule stuff. We're not doing the Ableton production techniques right now until I get the new machine up and running, and then it's going to be so much quieter and smoother and faster, and we're going to do better stuff. So that's cool. Now I know I have to refresh this screen too to get that video going. Found out the chat doesn't automatically refresh after the video starts. I want to make sure I can see your comments. I see Shepard is saying, hi guys. Is there a new one after that? Want to make sure I'm seeing stuff. And so we got a new track from Mike Vercelli, Misi on Discord, M-I-S-I. That's one new thing. And also in live, you'll see I have a new phase scope that I got from Sonic Bloom. It's a Max for Cats production. And you can see the stereo width and the stereo alignment. So if I move my faders off a little bit, we can go mono left channel only, right channel only. There's my voice. Hey, hey, hey. Check, 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 voice mono. And then you can see I'm looking down this little window on the bottom. All right, I see John Madison typing yo, yo, yo. I hope that's the newest comment because I don't want to miss your comments. And there's a spectrum analyzer. I'm going to tuck this down. We can pull up this phase if we want to when we're checking in mono. And let's start this over from the beginning and get into our feedback. We got a lot of tracks today. A couple of them are done. We'll listen to as much as we can. Okay. Thanks, Matt Schultz. And Mike, this sounds like dub techno to me, not techno. So I would put this in the dub techno channel. If you're in doubt, it's probably dub techno. This bassline sound could be a bunch louder. Hold on. Do. That bassline that we're hearing right here. The kick drum is nice. Sounds okay in the mix. That bassline synth needs to be louder. Ah, DJ Waters, look who decided to come to class. That ride cymbal is a little loud and a little dry. Feels like we could use a drum reverb on there. You can see from this, I'm in the groove though, so I don't really care about the ride cymbal. The groove is good. Yeah, John, dig the rhythm. I was just feeling that. Feels like it's growing. My schnitzel is growing. I like that closed hi-hat. Of course, I talked at the wrong time. Hold on. What was that sound? My favorite thing about the rhythm is that ticky sound that's like ticka ticka tick, ticka 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 ticka, and the double bumps. Boop, boop, boop. Good transition noise sound. Okay, right here at 234, I would definitely cut that ride cymbal after this sweep, and it goes into the kick drum drops out. Right here, 232, definitely cut that open ride cymbal sound, and let us hear that bass line. All right, good. I'm glad that ride is leaving. That's dramatic. That's good, good, good. It's like getting wider, fluttery. Nice drop. That works, yeah. I could use the close hi-hat and the finger snap coming in. Yeah, a little sooner with the percussion after that big drop. That buildup was beautiful up till 3 minutes. Now it's kind of stalling because we need that click. There's that little. Okay, this is a good place to build up to, but the drop section here really should come in with like a closed hi-hat and a snap to propel that section forward. It doesn't have to be on the first beat, but like within 4 bars or something, start layering in some percussion so it doesn't sound like an intro. Because this energy did not, this part did not catch the energy of the build-up. It was like a big build-up and then we fell back down to intro and it was too much of an ambient vibe. This part has good elements for like the thick part of the track, so that's cool. Matt, yes. Cool. Okay. I just redlined for a second. Now I'll leave it here. Oh yeah. Okay, so from a build-up, I like the transitions and the build-ups. Going into this emptiness section is like unexpected. I'm feeling like at 609, that feels like what should happen right after the transition thing and not dropping into that section of just kick drum with no percussion. Like after a big build-up, I think the percussion really belongs in there. This synth is too loud. Wow, wow, wow. That one. The sound design is cool, but just the volume in the mix is just too much compared to all the other stuff. That's good. Transition, build up, bring us back into the beat. So the main things you want to do are bring up that bass line from the beginning, take the ride cymbal down a little bit, take that lead synth down a little bit, and work on the structure to add more beats, add more percussion, more high frequency percussion layers in these sections where the drop comes in. So 310. A little hi-hat and a snap or something to keep the energy going at 310, and then 536 again, definitely. Let's hear how we get out of it. Ah, Bacon Ben is here. Jirogi. I gotta look at this spelling again. I got your tracks from today, thank you. And this is a nice groove right here. The atmospheric chords are nice. The sound design all fits together as one universe of sound, like the sonic palette. Okay, the ending was almost a little bit cut off. Bring that back on Saturday with another mix, and that's going to be I'd say mix 3 is going to be done on that one. Maybe not mix 2, but we'll check it out. The reason I say that is because there's an audio leveling mix to do, and there's some song structure. So in this situation, for producers in the universe, what I would do is work the song structure first so that you get the layout of the track done. And the reason is when you change the structure, a lot of times that means adding and subtracting different elements. And if you're adding elements, guess what? The place you add them is going to get louder, and you don't want to make a perfect mix and then change your structure and add a bunch of elements, and all of a sudden your mastering levels are off or something like that. So generally I recommend working on the song structure first and figuring out like what's going to be the loudest part of the track where everything is in. Once you have that point figured out, then you can start the mix and get it going. So Pivclit Noise 88 remix. Starting off with a click. Yeah, Piv, the mix was a bit disconnected. I was figuring that would get fixed. Let's check out this Traveling Between Worlds remix. And this one is down to 105. I like that snare a lot. Nice low end. Let's check out our new phase scope. I'm gonna mute my mic. By the way, you're not hearing this compressor. The output is going from the browser straight out to the board. It's the audio that we're hearing is not going through live. Good breakdown. That drop, it comes in nice. New snare drum layer. Ching! Little tambourine kind of thing. Okay, for a 7-minute track, it's building up beautifully. The intro is nice and smooth. Now we're in the heavy section, but I think there's gonna be more. I haven't heard this yet, by the way. What was that drum fill? That was cool. I really like the bass on the upbeat in between kick drums. Super clean bottom. Crazy triplets or something on there? That sounded like a double kick drum pedal. Super smooth, great mix. Some of those kick drums are too much. I get it, but it almost feels out of sync. I like those straight ones a lot better. Yeah, you can totally see the double kick drum pedal on that. The mix has great space in it. The mids, the highs, the beats. Let's see if I can give you a song structure comment, because I think the mix is good. Ooh, a new melodic element. Perfect. Yeah, John, that groove could be used, or that drum fill could be used a little more sparingly in the opening part. Maybe not as many of those super kick drum hits. I love the groove though. Nice and deep. I could use more of that new melody synth, like actually playing a melody instead of just chirping in and out a few times. Okay. That's a little too metal for this track. You can have fast drum breaks, but this one is like... It's not quite a glitch and it's not quite a drum fill. It sounds like when Ableton warps a track and it guesses the BPM wrong and then it plays back like all like super fast. So that might be a little over the top. Because the groove is so much laid back, you could have a drum fill that's like boom boom boom. Like it could be a super slow, sexy 70s kind of drum fill. Or just one boom boom. Like one extra tom hit or something. To tell you, I like the moment, so the placement and the timing of it, like when it happens is perfect. But all that shit is like, whoa, I don't know, what do you guys think? Are those drum breaks? What do you guys think about those drum breaks? That's the only thing that's catching my ear, is it sounds like somebody pushing too fast on the kit. That one was perfect, okay. At 607. Could you glitch that one? Like if you went like, you know, and had like, have a glitch effect on it, but have kind of a straighter break sound. That's what it sounds like to my ear, would be more natural kind of. But, oh, the quantized drums get boring. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Shepard likes the kick patterns. All right, the voting is in. Let's get to the ending and catch what happens. And that lead, that synth chirp, it comes in around here. Would you be interested in having more of a melody here? Something like that? Because I like that sound, and for the structure when it comes in at that point in the song, it's the perfect place to bring in a lead instrument, a melody instrument, a new frequency, a new sound in the high frequency range or the high mids. And for storytelling purposes, it's like perfect to have a new sound. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think it could be a little bit more to make like an arc. So the song like builds up here, then it builds up to like there, and then comes down. Okay. Oh, and Piv, got some ARPs that needs to come in like in the original. So maybe there's going to be more. Are you going to add more to that? I'm curious to see what happens. Okay, V3 from DJ Water is again grown out of minimal. This is the Lofo 4L remix, and I think we're at 136 now. Who just tapped a perfect 127. Nice, that kick is slamming right now. Oh, DJ Waters, okay, maybe more variation in the last third of the track. Yeah, the drum beat and the groove was very similar for the ending. So towards the last minute, you know, peel off one layer and make it more like a simple stripped down mix out section of a record. That's probably obvious. Okay, the upbeat bass line is much better now. But. This sounds great. It's 125? Good use of emptiness in the build right here. I still think that bass line sound could come up a little bit, this one. Do, 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 do. Bum, bum, bum. Do, do, do. The kick drum is huge and beautiful. I think there's space for the bass line to come up a bit louder. How many layers are there in that kick drum, by the way? Because that is right on the pow. What was that high frequency? That little pew, that could be louder. Okay, Piv says the kick is too loud. I say the bass line needs to come up louder. Maybe kind of balance those. There we go. The harmonic layers. And this takes it to a beautiful layer. Now the kick drum feels like it's more in the right level because the synths are louder and they're like swelling up bigger on top of the foundation. I like the groove a lot. No, wait. I think you should cut that kick drum too. When the main kick drum gets cut, the other kick drum should get cut. Okay, 8, I'm counting right here. No, 9. Hey, James. 16, 17, 18. 24. 30. 31, 32 at 355. That drop is still in a weird timing. So I just counted 32 plus 16 plus 4, and then the kick drum came in on 5. I would go for this whole section just being 32 and then have the beat drop. So the end of 32 was at 3 minutes 55. Okay, so say 357 is where I started counting. Like that was a 32 bar. That's like a minute, right? 357, I started counting the next section of 8, and that went out to 4. Okay, then at 427 was after 16. So let's say this part at 427 is the beginning, like, of the... 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9. I'm not sure if you're doing this on purpose or not. I really have this feeling like in the break, the piano cycle should come to an end with the transition and then the kick drum drop to bring the beat in with everything. So the way the beat comes in now is cool with the sounds that happen. Ka, boom, ka, boom, ka. Could you make that beat come in at the beginning? That's what I do. At 427, take like all the percussion and drums and the rest of the song and basically have it start at 427 and keep the piano in. So we have the piano cycle, a riser. This riser, this sweep is all cool. And all I want to hear is the piano repeat and the beat drop, starting at 427. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And then drop the beat right there. Let me know if that makes sense. Ian, I'm not sure if you worked on that part yet or not, but I think that's really important for the main empty section. It can be a little longer than 32 bars if it's 32 within an 8 bar. Like if it's a 32 bar section of building down and listening to the piano, that's cool. That's like a minute at this tempo. And then an 8 bar build up. So the breakdown comes down like this for 32, goes up for 8 bars. And then the beat comes in with the piano, with the drums, with the beat, with the claps. I really think that'll make it better for the average listener. And that's the most important thing I would do in here. And then the mixed notes on the kick drum coming down a little bit. Because the reason I want to do it that way is that, or I want you to do it that way, is that the piano adds such a great layer to this track, and nobody else's remixes are going to have that, and it really would present your addition, like your creative addition would be best represented by a really nice build up and drop that's just simple and not like offbeat or too surprising. So that's my opinion. That's not hats. And the mixes sounded really good. Worked with just the kick drum and the bass a little bit. That's going to be a great version. So is John here? I think he is. Let's check out. We got Breaking Tides and All Night Long, which is finished. I think we're going to just check that for a quick mix review. Wait. Do you hear that glitch at the beginning? Was that me? Okay. Oh, I wonder if you changed the water at the end. Remember last week? Great opening. Yeah, and Ian, I want to reiterate what Matt said. Who said that? From your progress over the last year is amazing. So really good job. Yeah, Piv, this sounds like something from a movie soundtrack, or at least a mobile phone ad on YouTube. Yeah, the sound design feels really modern, like 2022 modern. The bottom is nice and lumpy. There's one growl right there. At 135, boop. That one little thing, boop, is not loud enough and feels a little muffled. So I would bring that up and put like a super tight reverb on it, like jump out. This is great. Nice use of filters and a riser. Ian, your special home movie collection. I can't wait to see that. I like these background synths. These. I'm gonna go with the mid-range EQ a little bit and go exploring. So what I'm doing right now is somewhere around like 1,000 or 1,500. I'm feeling like the whole mix could get a little bit of a dip. Listen to this. This is flat, cut, flat, cut. So that mid-range area, the combination of the snare drum and the bubbly synth, the combination of sounds in the mid-range makes it a little bit too like nasal, like so I wanted to just dip that out with a little bit of mid-range EQ. In production phase, what I would do to solve that is put the drums in a stereo group, put the instruments in a stereo group, EQ both of those stereo groups with a little bit of a mid-range dip at like 50, aim for like 1.5 kilohertz, a wide Q, like Q equals, 0.75 or 2 or something, and then just take some of the mids down and listen to the effect of the master channel to not have too much mid-range. See that area from like 1K? I mean, I'm not seeing it on the spectrum, but I'm hearing it and kind of trying to pinpoint. I know about Ian's home movies. I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, so John, those synths that are from 1,000 up to 3,000, those are stacking up with that like tang on the snare drum. Perfect ending. So Ian's movie, The Water's House. What happened? Sarah took a flying leap into bed and headbutted you? Is by mistake? Like, that sounds like such a loving thing to do, and then suddenly it's like, ow! And John, this is I'm thinking this is done. This is lowercase d. Not the big D, but it's almost done. We're at the mastering stage with tiny mix edits to change for getting it ready. And I think you'll be done. That sounded really good. And I hate to rush to move on, but we got to go all night long. And was this one? Oh, AFL Coin. This was the final. John, can you remind me what kind of feedback you need for version 7? Because I don't have my other screen for Discord to see. I can't see the changelog. If you could let me know in the chat. Melody and everything sounds beautiful right now. It all comes in nice and smooth. Background synth. Matt Schultz, the biggest of D's. Oh, that little sampley thing. That's perfect. At 112, at the beginning, if anybody didn't see the versions before, there's this one little sample that goes And the first time I heard it, I made a comment about it sounding sampley, like it's triggered too often. It's very obvious. It sounds like the same thing. Now it has a really cool reverb on it, and it blends with the harmonic texture of the other synths, and it feels like a little rhythmic pulse from a voice, but it's not clearly a plastic sample getting re-triggered. That's really good. Right there, that reverb right there totally makes this so much better. Whatever you did in that section just totally fixed that problem. All right, version 7, check in snare level. That sound, the effects make that perfect. Really good job on that. I like this break. Notice everybody, no hi-hat, no snare, just synths, emptiness. I think the snare is perfect. I think we're gonna be done on this one. I think it's ready for the master session. Got the tambourine. Bringing it back in. Where are we at on here? 115. Let's check mono and watch the phase meter when I go mono. Yeah, man. Really nice job, and I hate rushing through tracks. I just gotta say that small edits sometimes can take a track from like a noticeable mistake into like perfection, where you just feel the music and you don't think about anybody producing it, you just feel the music. So claps on that one, that's done, that's ready for mastering. Nice work. And Coin Chapstick is remix that, yeah, I think you noted this is.
Every search you make, every click you take.
Excuse me while I vomit. All right, we just hit a SoundCloud ad. So everybody who is here watching in replay land, I want to direct you to courses.mixatexture.com. I'm only doing this ad because SoundCloud put up a promo and I just want to talk for 30 seconds. Oh, I'm logged in. Check this out, EQ Builder. I didn't plan on saying this, but I'm just rebuilding the EQ8 course with all the replays and everything from the month of June. And it's going to be awesome. I'm basically doing hands-on Ableton projects that you can download from the live workshop. So the teaser module is going to have a quick one. Quick start is where you learn how to get the presets, download everything, join Discord, and be part of the community. Essential concepts. We can view this module. I love this site. This is my member site. This is so much fun. View the console. Essential concepts are the frequency landscape. That's what you listen to. The secrets of spectrum. That's how you identify what you're hearing. EQ and filter types are the tools, and you use them on a track to EQ with the different types of bandpass filters, notch filters, high pass, low pass, and EQs, so you know what those tools are if you're coming in from the beginning. And then frequency and pitch is about finding the melody, or finding the right exact frequency to EQ your melodies, your bass lines, the musical notes in your track. Those musical notes actually track to or map to frequencies. For example, A440, standard concert tuning. That means the note A is 440 hertz. Let's jump to another module. This is going to be so much fun. Basic techniques. These are now hands-on lessons where you learn by doing stuff inside live. Frequency sweep technique. Basic thing you do with parametric EQ. You do that in a session. Finding the voice of each sound is like basically if you see me take a high-pass filter and sweep up, get rid of all the low end and find out how much can I chop off and keep the body of the sound. That's in that lesson. Cut before you boost, the golden rule of EQ. That's where you can do mostly subtractive EQing and then raise the volume of everything else to keep the good parts, and you don't even have to do any EQ boost. Jump to another module. Here is where it gets seriously heavy and hardcore. Hands-on EQ projects. You're going to do how to EQ your sub bass, EQ your drums, instruments, female vocals. I got permission to use the female vocals on these sessions in this course. And then matching presets to sounds is basically getting a project with 16 tracks, kick drum, bass, beats, synths, everything, dropping the presets from the course on there. And then, that's the beginning. Then you dial them in and you learn how to use the frequency sweep technique, how to find the voice of each sound, to set the EQs in the right place, to make a great sounding mix inside live with your hands on the controls in this course, which is freaking awesome. So I love it. I'm super excited about it. There's even more in there, video replays, all kinds of stuff like that. And I didn't plan on showing you the admin side. This is in construction right now. See, add EQ PDF. All the content's done. I'm just tweaking up the site and getting stuff ready and in place. So that'll be live soon enough, and it will be available for all of you. Let's go back to AFL and check this track, see if it's done. Thanks for bearing with me in the SoundCloud ad, y'all. I love building hands-on lessons. It's like my favorite thing. Top EQ tip, jack it up full tilt. Oh my God. Sorry. Yes, right there. Wah, 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 wah. I like that. Wah, 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 wah. I hope the drop is louder. The beats up until now felt like intro level. I think the low end could be heavier. Here's some low shelf EQ. Yeah, I'm thinking kick drum louder. Because dubstep is so exaggerated with the volume of the kicks like pounding through. So that track could be more extreme with the level of like bass and growls and kicks, like boop, 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 super popping. Okay, now this is Ben doing a remix of DJ Waters, I believe, right?
Is a story of exploration, a journey to find new worlds, explore unseen cities and civilizations. Prepare to open your mind and to free your soul. Travelers, we welcome you to our world.
Yeah, Ben, high pass 250, low pass 7K. That's exactly what I would do for most mid-range instrument synth material as a starting point, and then adjust based on the key signature, the synth, the voice, you know, the function in the song. But your instrument group as a whole generally would be about 250 to 7K. That makes sense. Got the flanger. Oh, Shepherds, that's perfect. Greg Scott's approach. If you can listen through your whole track without any notes, it's done. I like that. That's what it is. The yoga mat edit, does that mean ambient?
This is a story of exploration.
So far, the mix presentation is fantastic. I can hear every sound. I'm going to wait for the drop without touching the master channel and see how loud it comes in. Great flanger. Who put up that vintage flanger plugin? Was that Shepherds? Some Bob Clear Mountain 70s flanger plugin? I hear it.
Prepare to open your mind and to free your soul.
This is cool. It's deep. Sorry for those glitches. I'm not sure what my system's doing today.
We are one.
It's a great mix. There's our spectrum and phase. Here's mono just for reference. A whisper of hi-hats, that's all you get. All right, cool.
Join the chorus.
Where's Jens? Enora Records. These sound like the type of pure electronic blips that he's doing. Yeah, Ian, you could use this as an intro to your hardcore set when you're like getting in there, plugging in your headphones, finding your DJ bag, getting your shit. Just put this on and let people like have a blanket of calmness before the terror. Does this map to the original 137, 136? Oh, all the sounds are from Ian's original too. That's really cool. Good sound design job. Nice sounding mix, and the flow is cool. We arrive at a faster ending. This is interesting. I'm glad you brought this in. I don't think I have any suggestions. I know your mixing skills are definitely up here already, and I don't hear anything I would change on this.
Free your soul.
I like the vocal treatment. Listen to the S on that.
Free your soul.
You really took the S, the sibilance, out of that vocal in a really nice way. Yeah, that does sound like a drum and bass intro too, right? Oh, I hear some feedback. Ooh. So this is a feedback of some effect feeding into some other thing. Great ending. Is that like the Eventide, like the Ultra Harmonizer or something? Really cool. Perfect. That's claps, because I cannot. Oh, I don't have a single thing to add. That is a beautiful ambient track. I would definitely play that in a set. Give people a little something to think about. Imagine you're laying on the carpet for like 4 hours and that track comes through and you're like, how long has this been on? Am I ever going to come back? Okay, not in my house. We're going to change gears and dip into some familiar territory at a little bit of a beepy bump, EQ flat stereo mix. Here we go. Let me bring up the master here. Interesting kind of kick drum reverb. Really cool how that double kick drum works with the bass line. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, rhythm is like A+ in here. Boom, boom. It's clear. There's enough space in the mix that we can catch every rhythm. Vocal is cool. Something feels that it's not loud enough though. And that clap I'm hearing off to the right, I would like it centered more. And there was one hit off to the left a second ago. Yeah, that... the clap is okay over there, but I would like one snare type clap layer centered to really anchor the center. The vocal's cool. Yeah, I think the kick drum, if it had like more of a click or a high frequency layer and it was a bit louder, it could really be like that jacking. I like this.
I like the way you move.
Yeah. Could you drop the bass line right after I like the way... Okay, right there, 216, honestly. Okay, at 215, that buildup was so cool, and the voice was super cool, and everything about it was like, I'm on the dance floor, I'm ready to go. The drop was a little light, and I was like, oh, I felt kind of deflated. I'm not trying to be mean. I want to make this awesome. So all the stuff that happened at 215, can you do that right here after that?
I like the way you move.
Let me do that better.
I like the way you move.
Huh. And come in there. Hi-hats are in, bass line is in, and the kick drum is in. Those are the elements that I want on a big drop where you have like the full frequency range, all stuff happening, and it doesn't feel like you're waiting for the layers to build up again. Just like hit it right there. I like that shaker. Little high shelf EQ.
I like the way you move.
Okay, back to EQ flat. The kick has a little bit of a muffled feel. It's like the wrong shape of kick drum. This track needs a kick with an attack that's like... I mean, it can be a short duration, but just a smack and attack on the kick. These are mixed tweaks, relatively speaking. This is not like crisis in the music, you know what I mean? Don't bounce, 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 bounce. That rhythmically, the parts are working together really nice. The bass line and that don't. It's very bouncy and has cool energy.
I like the way you move.
Okay, there's the kick.
I like the way you move.
And one more time. This bass line, I don't think it needs to be down at 30, 40 hertz. The bass line, you could probably EQ some of the lows out. You could almost EQ that up to like the bottom note in the 80s. So put a shelf EQ and take down some of the sub frequency out of that bass line. So the metallic like fret noise of a bass guitar. So that the loudest part is like just above the 100. That'll make some more space for the kick drum on the bottom. And then like check out the kick around 2.5K or something, like boost up that middle area to get like the smacky kick thing. Arrangement's feeling awesome. One note about how it drops right there. Just drop the shit harder all at the same time. Length is cool.
I like the way you move, baby.
I knew you were going to do something cool at the end. Beautiful, totally playable, totally nice. A couple mixed tweaks. And of course, other people, let me know what you think about the kick drum thing because I'm in headphones and you're not. So that's that. But Ben, I've been impressed with your production since we were back doing feedback on Facebook. Back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, you were making good tracks then. So if I seem to be going fast, it's because I'm pretty sure you catch the notes quick and can work with them. All right, Danat's entering Dreamland with Sleeping Man Underground. Not underground, under Down under, that's what I mean. And this is our remix. Feels quiet. And I can hear his system noise. That's okay though. Jump, 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 jump. Okay, got the intro. There we go. I want to hear that again. I'm going to be super picky. At 57 seconds, the beginning of that reverse cymbal, I heard it start like the sample had a beginning and then it got louder. I would volume fade the beginning of that sample of that audio file so it sneaks in invisibly. And maybe do a kick drum variation, because when the kicks are the same, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Like some little extra kick drum rhythm to signal that the beat's about to drop. Okay, we got that Dinat sound up and down feel. I think he tends to make bass lines with samples that he's triggering, like re-triggering or something. The bass lines usually sound a bit kind of wooden and not exactly like a pitch, but like a percussion too. Boom, 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 boom. I like those double snare drums that were happening right before this. Okay. Shepard's offbeat hat panned right needs to come down a bit in volume. Wait. Do you mean that little ticky one? Maybe. Let's check out what this vocal does right here. checking the notes he was playing there. Because I'm having a feeling about the bass line that... I'm hearing it like this. I don't know if this is happening in the track, but here's what I'm hearing. So the note I'm playing right now is E flat. And I feel like the bass line doesn't ever resolve to that deepness, that deep note of like, it feels like, you know, boom, 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 boom. It's like I'm always waiting and waiting and waiting, but it's not actually giving me that super deep low bottom root. And it feels like the track is in E flat and we don't get the E flat. So I'm going to play along with the track and just hit some E flats in there and see if it sounds more like anchored or rooted to you. What do you guys think about that? That's a D flat and E flat. Okay, so Danats. It's a good bass line for the bounciness and the anticipation. Do 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 do. Ooh, do 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 do. 1, 2. See what you feel about that, Adam. If you get this message, let us know in Discord. I was playing E flat on a basic kind of bass in sound, and I think it would add to the feel of the track to give us that sense of harmonic home, because we're not getting like back to the bottom like do do do. Ooh. You know, and harmonically returning back to the root note is really important so that we don't just feel like we're up in the middle of the scale without returning back in. And that will make the track feel like it's totally like deep. And then everything else we can talk about is minor mix notes compared to that. Usually if there's a music theory issue that needs to be resolved, that's a huge thing that's going to prevent the track from being its best. No amount of mixing and mastering is going to make a track feel awesome if it's missing something harmonically about resolution or return or that deep root note of the scale that we're not getting here. And fortunately, it's a pretty easy thing to fix. I was able to play one note extra that you could add to the bass line with MIDI or something and give it that extra feel. So you could A, take the bass line you have and change the MIDI notes to put in that E flat, or B, make a new bass instrument with a soft sounding synth, like that kind of thing, and just add a different MIDI instrument and add that one note on the E flat, sidechain the kick drum into that so it gets out of the way when the kick hits. And that's what I would do. It doesn't mean I'm right, but it means that's what I'm saying. All right, where's Tim Laws? Let's check out what we got. So EQ back flat, stereo mix, 1 o'clock. Looks like we're in good shape. I think we can get through these tracks today. Oh, and Tim, you just said, yeah, maybe a longer root note or something. Yeah. Alex Shepard is better for you. Thank you. Thank you. And let's see what happens here. Cyber version 2. That's a cryptic intro. 7 seconds. Nice, simple intro coming in. Good sound design. Wow, those effects are big and wide. I really feel like a swimmy stereo thing. This part sounds better. The vocal's a little louder thing, that high-pitched one. Nice. That's a weird build-up in sound. I like it. Quick note, in this part, there's a couple little resonances I would pull down with a tight notch EQ. I think like 739, maybe 1.4. Some of those in there were kind of plinky and metallic and resonant, so you might need some tight EQ notches in there. This part's jamming. Bow, bow, bow. I like that swing. Ticka, 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 ticka. Bass house. That new hi-hat is cool. Drums could use a little drum reverb. That backwards beat was cool. Let me hear that again. At 207, that was great. Zoop. Yeah, I think it's 740 and then 1.4. I don't need this shit. That sounded like that to me. A Green Velvet track. This is great, man. Shepard is a little quieter on the highs. I'm not sure where you made that comment or when exactly, but maybe that's what I was talking about with the mid thing notch thing. Nice buzzy bass line. Good glitches. Good job. Man, I'm curious what you've been listening to lately to pull out this sound palette, because this really has that bass house like dubstep sounds applied to house tempo. That was cool, like a B section kind of thing in there. That was a nice break. Okay. Check the ending. All right, cool ending. So in general, the mix is just, I can hear a little hi-hat reverb, but this is me on the board with effects. Let's check this section. Here comes some reverb. Not that much, but here's dry. Little reverb. Dry. Wet. So what I just did right there was added a little reverb on the whole mix, EQ'd out the bass of the reverb, and pushed it up long enough or high enough to hear it, to get the high end and the drums in a space that's like you know, kind of just around it. And then in this plinky sound, look for 700 and 1.4K for a little notch, so the metallic plinky isn't too much. And this is almost done. It's a really interesting track. And again, I think I'm curious how you're going to fit this in. What other tracks in a mix, in a set? Like, where does this fit in a mix set with other bass house type tracks? Because it has a really interesting sound design world. And I especially like that the glitches match the type of sounds with the little like broop, little backwards beats and stuff. So cool sound design. All right, Jens, I think, is not here today. Maybe we'll check. Who is this guy with all these DJ Waters tracks? Let's pull up Shepherds because he's here since the beginning waiting. I want to make sure I get feedback into the people who are here. Is Ben Hunt here? We got Schattemulz. And there's another Tim Laws. Oops, and that's that one. All right, Ben Hunt, let me know if you're here. And yeah, Tim, you're welcome. Great progress, too. You're another one who's been making steady progress all the time. I just like to give feedback to everybody and make sure that people who are here get a chance to make comments and hear comments. So Monkey Mind 2.1. Oh, Mike, shit, I did your track first because you're new, man. Sorry, it's at the beginning when you watch the replay. It sounded really good, though. We enjoyed it. A couple of mixed notes. No fatal errors. Okay, the buzz is awesome. The kick drum, the fuzz is great. This melody thing. Let's hear where that goes. Right away, I'm hypnotized, right? Bow, 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 bow. We're gonna check mono. And mono. That's in stereo. That's in mono. There's almost no difference. There's a little bit of a reverb or a little bit of an effect that's wider, but the whole track is like super right up the middle. Oh, right here. That scratchy layer. Shepherds, I think this middle thing can be louder. Right? Wherever that little middle melody sound is, make that louder because it's really cool. Nice gap. Yeah, that could all be louder. Good progression. I'm turning this up in my headphones, man. Yeah, basically the kick drum makes this whole track so good. Everything else is candy on top. But bring up the melody, little high synths. Yeah. I can hear it changing shorter duration and yeah, all this stuff could be louder relative to the kick drum. Watch out. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do just for fun. I just took the kick drum, I took the low shelf EQ down. I'm gonna put these middle sounds up and hear how it sounds. At this level, mid-range up. All I did was a low shelf EQ cut and then raise the whole volume. Cut before you boost. Feels to me like this is where this track is. Yeah, all those little details come out so much more clear. That upbeat sound. That's great. Moment right here. Chicka, 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 chicka. I'm having a hard time opening my eyes. What? Oh. There's so many sounds in the middle in there. The EQ is flat again here. So these mid-range sounds sound good. That little horn thing and the clacky stuff. Okay, coming out to the ending. Yeah. All good things must come to an end. Shepherd's, whatever you ate for breakfast is working. Right here. This part is so good. This part's good too. And the beginning is good. So just really like this this layer. Just make that louder. Coming at you. That should be required listening for all humans. I'm kidding. That one's really almost done. It sounds amazing, and I love that direction you're going in the 140s. Is that 140 something? It's just so good. All those tracks sound great. Minor mix details, and the song structure is cool. And especially so for let's just back out and detach a little bit from personal comments. In the world of production, your songs don't always have to be like, here I am, I'm a drop, here I am, I'm a breakdown. Like this Shepherd style is like sounds are weaving in and out and kind of like they come to the surface and go back down slowly. And you're never, it's not really clear if you're like at this section or at that section. It's coming at you all the time. And then there's little short gaps and then it comes right back in and slams in there, which is a cool composition technique. It's not like laying it out in blocks and counting this is 132 bars and here's 32 bars and here's this part coming in or whatever. It's much more fluid structure, which is fun to listen to. I think Matt Schultz is going to be a bit calm, and I know we had some mayhem. So while we're on the mayhem, let's make some noise. Yeah, this is the right track after Shepherd's. Because Matt, it's not fair for your track to get feedback after this. And DJ Waters pumping it up a little bit. 150. I'm going to be sweaty after this. Wait, what were those other kick drums? Okay, those new ones had a lot more bottom and I liked it. Can we have more of that? It feels like the effects are really wet. There's like a scratchy layer that's very present. I'm not sure if that's a big wash of reverb or what, but it's kind of a lot. Okay, that layer that just stopped right there, that scratchy layer, was good. It was like a relief when that stopped. I like this melody. It's kind of fun. Great melody. This is good music for handing out candy to your friends. One for you, one for you, one for you, one for you. No, I mean like strawberries or, you know, ice cubes. What is this scratchy layer right here? Hold on. That, it's like a bit loud. Yes, man. What? I think the bass line could come up a little bit. Yeah, relative to the kick drum, the bass sound is not loud enough. But you still got me going like this, so, you know. It's a holding distorted bass line, okay. Melody is great. Great, the melody notes, I mean, but also the sound. This is a high shelf cut. So overall, the mix is a little bit scraping in the high frequency, but I think of it as a sound design thing with that scratchy layer. And I heard you with your dive bomb right there. Pew! Make that louder. I love those. Did you catch me? Dive bomb. Pew! A little louder. Yeah, that one. Boom. It's a great melody. It's so bouncy. What a cool track. That's a fun track. A couple of mixed notes, but version 1.1. Really good progress so far. All right, Jens and the house vibe. Let's go to Matt Schultz and see if we can be here. Once upon a time, the kick could either be a tad longer or the bass line louder. I'm reading Shepard's comment over Matt Schultz's track. This is me pushing up the master level. Yeah, I agree, Matt. Ian, get that tune done. Oh, sudden cut at the end? What do you mean it gets cut off? You guys want me to skip to the end? I'm not sure what happens at the end, but I like the feel. You're joking. I thought something happened differently at the end that I didn't know about yet. Those atmospheric kind of nature sounds are really nice. Kick and bass, as always, Matt Schultz, nice production, beautiful blending of the low. Whoop. Boop. Vocal thing is cool. Feels like the grown out of minimal influence a little bit, but not the same sound. The dub chords. Those mid-range chords could be a little louder. And the snare, right? It's a little too quiet. It's super quiet. Yeah, those mid-range chords can be a little louder. This pulse is awesome. Oh wait, so you didn't tweak the vocal? I forget exactly what the original sounded like. I thought it... It sounded good, man. I like what you did with this. Okay, waiting for the ear candy and transition effects, and then a proper mix. Let's get... Feels like it's starting to grow right here. This will be great to have the climax about 2/3 of the way through. Structurally. This part, yeah. Nice echoes. This sounds like a finished track to me for the what's happening in the structure and stuff. Clearly it's a pre-master. I got the volume, the broadcast level up really loud, so your mix was very quiet. There's I can hear like there will be a good amount of mid-range compression to like push the sounds together and get the atmospheric background up louder and the dynamics of the lead thing kind of brought down a bit. And it's good that your pre-master feels like that, because a pre-master should have a lot of dynamics and leave space for the mastering to kind of just raise the level and squish the dynamic range a bit. Okay, DJ Waters, when I throw it through the speakers, a lot of the sounds you can't hear, so the nature sounds and vocal need jacking up. That's exactly what I think I was just kind of trying to get at, is like when the mid-range has that feeling of needing to be compressed, it means there are some sounds that could be louder and some of the lead things are a little too pokey, and the mid-range compression just solves that whole problem. I would love to have a set of like hardware mastering tools so I could actually do multi-band mid-range compression right now in the broadcast. That would be so much fun. How do I do that? Unmixed already, pre-mixing. Yeah. Pre-master, this is pre-mixing. Oh, Matt, it sounds great. And I hate to skip to the end, but I'm guessing it's going to be a nice fade out. Oh, you cut off the tails. All right, Matt, beautiful. I hope that goes on the remix album. That sounds like a super faithful to the vibe and has your unique energy in it. And it's good quality and everything. So I'll be happy to hear what else is going on with that. Now, Jens, and is anybody else here right now that we didn't review yet? We did a Tim Laws. Where are we at with the Land of Fantasies? DJ Waters. Version 1, let's see. Pre-D, pre the big D. Okay, the second sound in here, that one, you can see in the frequency spectrum, that second hit, has a lot of low end in there. That's exactly the kind of sound where you want to have it only in the low mids and a little bit louder with none of the low end, so that it doesn't clutter up your mix when other stuff comes in. That is a smack and kick.
Walking through lands of fantasy and beyond.
Okay, I'm noticing the kick drums have a very different tone. The main kick has a real bright tick on the front, right here. When it hits the triple buns, it loses the high frequency layer. Tick, tick, tick.
Walking through lands
Like the triple ones are like more muffled. Could you get all the kick drums to sound exactly the same on those double bumps and the main one? You hear that at 37? The double ones lose the high end. It's not a big difference, but it's noticeable. Rocking 130. Lots of work to do on this one. Okay, so a little kick drum adjustment. I like the synth sounds. Let's see where we go. That vocal's amazing. Yeah, right here. Can this set kick drum down a little bit and this acid type synth a little bit louder? Take it down, take it down, take it down. Ooh, Shepherd is when you're layering kicks, it helps to move the slider in Ableton and Simpler to get a different snippet from the phase. That's interesting. Again, cool melody. Okay, let's go back and just check mono here. I gotta say, your vocal placement is amazing. The stereo work and the level and the sound and the feel, it feels like cinematic, like an announcer for a preview in the film, and it's like, we're coming next December. It just sounds so good, man. Build up. Yes, that's how you drop the beat in there. Solid. That whistle. Ooh, that was cool. The little combination of the flutter transition and the melody coming back in. It's like the melody went vroom and flew up into the speakers. This is cool, man. That one whistle sound, don't overuse that. Beep. You know which one I mean? Teet. That one. The storytelling. Really cool. Okay, I hope you got a good couple of notes on there. I'm not sure how much you're going to change it, so let's move on to the next one. I'm sure you'll bring that back, and it's cool how these mid-tempo tracks you're doing, they all feel like they're coming from that kind of carnival world of like a little bit of the Halloween horror story, cinematic storytelling, the dark fantasy. I can kind of feel the genre and the style these fit together with, so that's really cool. Now, Cambodia version 6 with Jens. I should have played this. Okay, we should have played DJ Waters all together, and then Matt, and then Jens, because this is much more of that chill out vibe, but that's okay. Where is Alex B today? Yeah, totally closer to the dub techno feel right here. Stay hydrated, everybody, in these modern times. The carnival world, good, yeah. But it's the melodies that do it, not the soundscapes or the hard distortion. It's like the plinky melodies, like something about them are kind of like an old organ sound. Ooh, I like those beats. I think we're right at 120. Alex B couldn't be bothered. He's at the bar drinking at 1 in the afternoon. Do you hear that bass note? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You could convince me this is a Matt Schultz track. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Because of those two bass notes right there. Okay, that vocal is the first sound that's like not Matt Schultz. Ow. Yeah. That vocal snippet has a little of the Donats world in it. That. This feels like a blend of Matt Schultz and Donats. One more time. That transition right here. Little pitch shift down. Oh, Shepherds, the tonal balance is great. I was about to ask, how do you feel about the mid-range and the lows? And that bottom is deep. Look at that, 45. That's a big old bottom down there. Anybody want the snare drum louder? Because I do. Here's a little mid-range EQ boost. I think the whole mix sounds good with a little bit of a boost. That's at like 2,000, 2,500. To me, the upper mids could be a little brighter. Totally could be a mastering thing. This melody is great. I like the instrument, I like the sound, I like the position in the track, I like the notes. Perfect moment to have that melody. Fat bottom mixes make the world go round. That's what it is, Matt. Totally. I think Cambodia is done. I think there's like minor mid-range tweaks. Everything else about the mix feels good. Oh, tambourine needs to be more in the background? Wait, let me go back and find the tambourine. Do you mean this tambourine that's like a hi-hat? That one, Shepherds? The vocals are perfect. And coming in for the ending. One of the high percussion has spiky spots in the frequency range. Mostly I hear that like that distorted tail on the snare drum. It's like and Shepherds, I'm not really hearing a spike in the percussion, but maybe the high part? I don't know. That's beautiful. Jens gets some claps on this one. That's a great track. That's totally playable. Slight mid-range lift in the mastering phase, I guess, is what I would recommend. Shepherds, I know from my tracks, the tambourine is always one element that can easily go into the red. Yeah, nice job on Cambodia. That's a great mix. Okay, we got Boundless and another one from Tim. Oh, and Ben Hunt. We didn't play Ben Hunt yet. Dub chords done, right? Yeah, let's see how Alex B. No, let's play Ben Hunt because he made a mention of an acid track. I think this might fit. had to yell downstairs, sorry. Ben Hunt taking on the Mindbender terrain. This track, I think the kick drum has too much of a high frequency ping on it, because the mid-range synth and stuff is like getting clicked out a bit. Oh, Matt, dip the kick around 800. Okay, maybe. I'm listening to what this synth is doing here. Pretty solid mix for version 1. I mean, the parts are in place. Percussion has that consistent feel where it seems like that the synths and the filters moving are the main core of the track, not like changing drums and stuff. Yeah, Tim, you think maybe the bass line up a little bit? Good dramatic moment. Nicely placed. Shepherds, let's check out the bass line for a little bump under there below the kick, yeah. The bass line has like a boxy low mid thing. That plays around 250. Yeah, the buildup was cool. What was that? There was some super low rumble right there. Did you hear that? What was that sound coming from? Is that from the... That bump right there at 36, I heard all by itself for a second. It's like, oh. Yeah, I would take the kick, the high frequencies down on that kick a bit and get the bass line. I'm not sure. So Shepherds, yeah, get the low mid bass lead synth down a bit, kick up, sub bass down there, very low. Get a big system out of things. Ben, I'm not sure if there is a separate sub bass layer in the kick drum or what's happening with that, or if that's part of the bass line. It's a little bit confusing. And these mid-range delay effects are cool. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm stuck. I don't have like a super clear idea of what the mix could use to change. I'm trying to use a Mindbender track as like a mental picture of the mix. This feels like it's a bassy version of a Mindbender track without the whole 303 arpeggiator thing. You might be able to add, like whatever the bass line is doing, add another MIDI part like an octave higher that has that real like kind of filtery wet resonant sound. And the atmospheric synths are cool. Those could be louder. Yeah, can you maybe add upper mid-range instrument that's doing like an arpeggiated pattern? And then let us know what that bass sub thing is doing. So version 1, cool, good skeleton. I'd like to hear the next one on Saturday. All right, Alex B. And can somebody check the Discord changelog and let me know what Alex did on this one? I think he said about this sweep sound, right? Yeah, I think he was asking at the opening if that washy sound was too loud. Can somebody type in what the Discord changelog was so I know what he's asking for? This bass sound sounds good. Kick in the bass. I like the clicky feel in the tempo. Tamed peaks on the stab, cleaned up the sound on the end. Thank you, thank you. This sounds really good right here. So Alex B, you're going in the right direction when you watch on the replay. Anybody want the kick drum a little bit bigger? I actually feel like the kick could be just a little bigger now. And maybe that bass sound just down just a little bit and like get a little bit of separation between those two. And here we go, that Knight Rider vibe. Still sounds like the kick drum has a really long duration and the bass sound is overlapping with it. The kick is like bow, bow, bow. And that bass sound is also a long duration. And those two are overlapping a bit. Tim, louder kick, thank you, yeah. This is going to be epic. Nice build up, nice drop. Late night shit, that's gonna be great. Yeah, it's difficult to hear the kick by itself, and that low bass thing. I think I would keep the kick long and deep and make that bass pulse a shorter duration. So it's more like a pump, right? Boom, boom. The second bass thing could be shorter duration and let the kick really hold that low. Do, 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 do. That's how I would work with that. Getting energetic again towards the end. That lead. So yeah, Alex, mainly just that bass sound. Once we get that finally tuned in, it's been getting better and better and better every time. And it's like almost in the right spot. Yeah, the chord progression is kind of atonal and like interesting. Yeah, that bass stab, make that shorter duration and make the kick drum just a little bit louder and have those two side chain to each other. Or have the boom, 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 boom. Yeah, have the kick drum cut off the bass stab because they're not happening at the same moment, which is really good. This is gonna be a great track. It's gonna get the big D for sure, maybe version 7. And oh, Tim Laws going for some drum and bass beats. And before the end of the show, everybody, don't forget about courses.mixatexture.com. Check it out for your Ableton production lessons. Hands-on, revolutionary, super fun. $87.5, it's perfect. This is gonna be $175. Good opening so far. You can beat match that in. The sub is nice. I really like how the sub is down deep and the kick drum is a little bit up above it. Those are working together. Yeah, Tim trying something different. A little bit empty right here. This is literally drums and bass. There we go. Is this version 1? I like the synth pad that came in here. I would bring that in earlier at the place where I said it sounded kind of empty. If you have that like atmosphere synth pad come in earlier, that would be cool. sounds pretty good. Had to check if my EQs are flat.
There seems nothing wrong with you.
Oh, cool. A vocal comes in. Ooh.
It's about everything you do.
Vocal should come back here right before the drop.
There seems nothing wrong with you.
Yes, perfect. Right here. Is that the same bass line as the opening? This section definitely hit like right. Hold on, let me just check. Okay, that's the same bass line.
There seems nothing wrong with
And that silence right there, hold on, that silence.
There seems nothing wrong with you.
That was great. The silence, super dry vocal, and then the beat kicks in. Okay. I got a kick drum comment. There's a beat that's like boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. The third one, 1, 2, 3, 4. The third kick, right?
Nothing wrong with you.
1, 2, 3, 4. So those kicks feel like it's the same kick coming again and again, and the low end is kind of overlapping or something. Could you take like, make like a different kick drum sample, and on the third one, make it like a ghost hit, so it's like boom, 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 and have the third one like a short, even stubbier short kick that's not as deep and low, so it's faster like an accent and not like a boom, 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 boom. So it's rhythmically tighter. Let me know if that makes sense. That's like kind of a small detail, but I think it would help the kick drum part tighten up. I like the synth pad coming in here. And you could use some high frequency drum breaks like Ed 808 is doing, like Amen breaks or something. Just like throw in little, like sprinkle in little drum breaks here and there. You got the vibe going on though. Maybe, that synth pad could use a little dip in the upper mid part. And that's good, dropping it out, alternating with the new grinder kind of sound. Wow. Yeah, man, this is not bad. It's hitting the right spot. A little too much reverb on there, but who cares? Not a major problem. And then coming into the ending, so here's the mix out. Got a new record coming in. I like mixing in new drum and bass, right? Just those hi-hats. Okay, here we can exactly hear those three kick drums. Boom, 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 boom. I would definitely get a different kick drum sample to alternate in with that. That third one, make like a shorter little pulse that you can kick in between. This little gap.
There seems nothing wrong with
You nailed that, having the vocal come in right before the drop. That's perfect for the genre and the style and everything. I'm trying to figure out, why does this feel so energetic? And here, I didn't quite get the feeling until this moment. Like, this is when I felt like, yes, it's really in there, right? But that's like 4 minutes in. Okay, that synth came in there. The synth at 212 could maybe come in a bit earlier. And these high frequency breaks right here, can you sprinkle those on top over here? That high frequency sound would be really good for little like 1-bar samples or little 1-bar snippets, you know? Yeah, the intro part felt a bit empty at parts. Okay, the second half felt awesome. Yeah, so Tim, what I would do is like listen to some more drum and bass tracks, some liquid DNB with female vocal things on there, and check out how they go from the very first sound at the intro to the mix in with just like minimal stuff, and then what the first section of drop main beats is, like before the peak of the track, but like the first section when the beat drops in, listen to what elements are in there and how they structure it so that your first 3 minutes feels like it arrives at like a hard section. This feels like you have all the right sounds, but they come in at the wrong time, so it doesn't really get us into the track the same way. Here is pretty cool. This feels like Photek. You know Photek, Photek? And you know what? Boom, 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 boom. I think it's too many kick drums in the beginning. Like a simpler beat. Could be. I don't know. Play around with it and see what you can do with the first couple of minutes. Maybe you have to strip out some of the kick drums and move some of the synth pads around. Like, you wrote the words, it maybe needs more attention at the beginning, so I think you get the concept that the first 3 minutes is kind of a little bit meandering and doesn't really lock into the main groove right away. So that's what I would change. Whoa. And to get a non-logged in version, I want to do a quick promo for courses.mixatexture.com at the end here. I am in the process right now of rebuilding how to EQ your tracks based on, so what I did was I took the Ableton production techniques live streams that we did during the month of June. I focused all those on the topic of EQing and recorded these videos where I show you how to EQ. So guess what? Here's the surprise. Now I took those mix sessions and I built them into hands-on tutorials where you can download an Ableton Live Pack, do the activities just like you saw on video with the same sounds, same EQs, all native Ableton plugins, and learn how to EQ by actually playing with the multi-track stems, which is super fun, and it's going to make this course a lot easier to learn because you learn by doing it rather than looking at a video or looking at a thing on screen. It's a lot more fun. So this is the current version right now. I recommend if you're interested in learning to EQ, you buy this course because it's going to get a lot better and it's going to get more expensive, so you can still get it for a good deal. That's what I got to say about that, and I'll do some more promo as it gets finished. So, yeah, Tim, you're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out all the way to the end of track feedback today. We had a lot of tracks. We got through like 20 tracks in 2 hours. So I'll see you again on Saturday at noon, same time, same channel. If you have any questions, you can always find me, steve@mixatexture.com. And remember that you can join track feedback at patreon.com/mixatexture. It's a monthly subscription where you can submit your tracks on Discord with this awesome community. And we give you comments in Discord, and then in the live streams, I play the tracks and talk about what? Sound design, song structure, and the mix to bring your tracks up to pro level as soon as possible and get them released. I'm not showing the right tabs. My brain stopped working a couple minutes ago, so I'm going to finish it off for today. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you on Saturday.